Since its debut, Battlefield 5 has been facing an uphill battle due to its poor marketing campaign. However, Battlefield 5 successfully captures the essence of what made this franchise such a monumental hit with fans and critics. The single player is unexciting and serves as a passable tutorial for the multiplayer, but like the past entries in this franchise, Battlefield 5 is all about large-scale multiplayer combat, and that's where Battlefield 5's best moments exist, on the large maps against dozens of players in destructive warfare. Battlefield 5's single-player campaigns follow the same structure as Battlefield 1's campaigns. This time it's called War Stories, and players follow a series of soldiers during World War II. The campaigns open to an incredible series of opening sequences ranging from large-scale battles to tank-on-tank warfare, making you feel like a soldier in this war. Then the actual campaigns begin, and the single player takes a nosedive. Players take control of a convict who is given a choice to join the army or serve his sentence, a freedom fighter in Norway, and a black French soldier seeking to prove himself and his people's worth. The cutscenes look amazing, with character models looking particularly detailed in their eyes and skin. Unfortunately, none of these adventures are truly marvelous and are quickly forgettable, mostly due to the campaign's heavy use in stealth and marksman-like enemies. Each campaign follows a formula seen in other military shooters: kill targets and take key points. What the developers have decided to double down on is stealth, a mediocre mechanic from Battlefield 1 that is somehow worse here. Enemies have absurdly good sight and accuracy, with enemies able to detect you with ease regardless if you're crouched or prone. While stealth is optional, players who get caught will have to face enemies with near perfect accuracy who always know where you are. Enemies can easily shoot with precision with automatic weapons and tank-mounted machine guns across the map, leading to a lot of unfair deaths. The developers do try to mix things up by providing open-ended segments where the player can pick and choose which objective to take on first. However, due to the enemy's insane sight and accuracy, things become frustrating the more you progress. Added to the frustration is necessary weapons and gear needed to take out vehicles that are hidden. Most missions start you off with inadequate weapons such as a lack of explosives and unsilenced weapons. You can scavenge these, but it seems strange that the game doesn't provide the player with these weapons and items at the start of the mission. Each mission is about 1 hour, and once completed you can return for collectibles. However, there's very little reason to come back to these missions. The poorly implemented stealth sequences made the entire campaign a frustrating trial of guessing if the enemy can see you or not. It should also be noted that there are a lot of graphical issues. During the campaign, I experienced several issues, including animation problems, graphical problems, and sometimes game-breaking issues. It was also common for the game to load while the cutscenes were still going on. Multiplayer fares better, providing much of the same systems Battlefield fans know. Players choose from one of 4 classes, each with their own unique tools and weapons. Weapons are plentiful and can be further customized using a skill tree and its own progression system. Using the weapon more frequently gives you customization options, a massive step from Battlefield 1's launch selection. You can also customize your soldier, including their gender and clothing. Vehicles have their own progression tree similar to weapon upgrades, but cosmetic customization will come at a later date. Coins serve as the game's primary currency at the moment, where players can unlock cosmetics for their weapons and soldiers. You can earn these by completing assignments, which are provided daily and selected specifically. The special assignments can earn you coins or bonus experience depending on the task. The issue is that the player has to manually select each assignment instead of having the game track them in bulk. If you don't have the assignment selected, you won't get credit for it. Multiplayer is separated into 3 categories: Conquest, Grand Operation, and Infantry Focus. Conquest is domination, where 2 teams of 32 capture points and kill the enemy players. The first team to lose all their tickets loses, and it's one of the more beloved modes in the Battlefield franchise and still holds up today. Infantry focuses on smaller scale options for players who feel overwhelmed with the large team battles. This includes domination, front lines, and team deathmatch with up to 32 players. It still captures the excitement of large-scale fights and is much easier for players getting into the franchise for the first time. Grand Operations is an extensive multi-tier multiplayer mode with 2 teams of 64 facing off on multiple fronts during World War II. It's a long and brutal mode with multiple modes consisting of Conquest and Rush. Unfortunately, Rush isn't available as a standalone mode, but players can choose specific servers for particular maps. Each of the 8 maps is incredibly designed and intricately crafted to include a myriad of choke points and open areas. Players must remain on constant alert and cover each possible angle or risk getting ambushed. New to Battlefield is the fortification building system that allows players to actively build defenses such as barbed wires and walls. This system adds another layer of strategy as you attempt to block an enemy's path, forcing them into another area or having them climb over the wall waiting to be ambushed. Teamwork is still essential here, with the squad leader playing a much more active role in Battlefield 5. Not only does the squad get more points for assisting one another and following the squad leader's orders, but the squad leader gains points that can be used for special actions such as calling in supplies, vehicles, and tactical strikes, encouraging players to work together in order to yield better rewards. Battlefield 5 is a wonderful harmony of incredible large-scale combat and multiplayer action. The single player may be a series of mediocre campaigns with very little memorable moments, but most play Battlefield for the multiplayer, and in Battlefield 5 it's just as wonderful. The fortification system adds a new layer of strategy and the destructibility is still here. There's still a ton of things to unlock, and with more content coming in the future, players will be busy for months.
You have achieved the impossible. While our depleted numbers cannot hold on to France, the ground you held today has given your fellow soldiers the time needed for a final evacuation. In the face of opposition, know your bravery shines as a beacon of hope to everyone facing aggression across Europe.